Welcome back to another episode of Can Blue, a hockey podcast covering the Rangers and the Montreal Canadiens. I'm your host, Ben, for the Rangers,
Brendan for the Habs.
and it has been a week or two since we last spoke. The holiday season and kind of break
It's
came for
officially
us.
over.
It's done.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We had a couple breaks there. We had a couple of roster freezes. I feel like, did we get any other trades?
No, just to
Bef-
fill the no.
Yeah, right. Okay. So before and after that, I think not much has changed around the league, even though rumors are still swirling. And the big news, just internationally, is World Juniors kicked off. And as we record this, down to the last four teams. And the U.S. is not one of those teams, which
Yep.
really puts a damper in a three-peat bid, which people were hoping for.
They were just watching a few of their games, like they were just not as dominant as they have been in the past.
Well, you never
and
know because Canada always has trouble with Latvia, it seems, and
that's true.
Czechia early
That's
in the
true.
rounds, and then they turn it on and just destroy
Right.
in the
They get the chemistry
well, at
going.
least this year. That's what they did. So that's what I was kind of dismissing the U.S.'s gameplay as, is like, all right, they're maybe just taking some teams a little bit lighter. Switzerland, I thought, was a standout of the tournament. They did lose to Czechia, but I think they lost by one to the U.S. and they lost by like one or two to the Swedes. So they were like really in there, which is nice to see. Um, Big surprise also, Germany, I feel like, was really weak this year. They ended up being in the relegation game with Denmark. Denmark
Yeah.
ends up losing, and I think that's probably makes the most sense. And next year we have Norway coming back up into the first division. So that's the movement there. And I mean, really, you said it earlier today. The Swedish and Finnish teams are
Dark
the
horses.
dark horses ones to beat.
Yeah. I think Sweden just like won all their like initial games, like didn't lose,
I feel like they weren't they on a streak of doing that though, and
and they just
then
choke.
lose in the playoffs.
It'd be interesting to see what they do. Obviously, I think Canada's gonna win this. Canada is just a strong team. Aside from goaltending, I think the goaltending is really weak for Canada. I forgot the guy's name. I think it's just like George.
Carter George, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not that good. I mean,
It's interesting to watch after you watch so much NHL games. You're like, there's definitely a lot of youth and the decisions that these players are making, especially from the non-Canada countries. You're just like, wow, that was a young, immature play. And then
yeah,
you watch like some of the shots that I think some of these Canadian players, especially, they have close to pro level shots. And like goalies at this level are just not ready for it. Like it's just there's shots going in that you're just like, how is that going in?
yeah,
And it's just the level difference.
yeah. I think there was just a lot of goal scoring throughout the whole
Yeah.
tournament
Yeah.
so far. I mean,
Well, but that makes sense if you think about like when goalies come into the league, they're usually not 18. They're usually like 24 plus.
except for
Could be
Fowler,
well
who's like 22, 21.
22 though even. So like you think
21.
about like
I
when
think
was
he's
the last
21.
time an 18-year-old goalie like stole the show and became a star, as opposed to you look at
Yeah.
Matt Schaefer and Celebrini, just like it feels like
Yeah,
every
goalies are all,
yeah.
they're a
So
different
it
beast.
takes a couple more years, I think, and progressing. It's harder to make the jump from juniors or from college right to the NHL as a
Yeah.
goalie. Harder than as a skater. So I think that was pretty clear. Anything else from Canada? I thought some of the stuff, this happens every year. Some of the like BS that they get into in between games or in between periods, like I think the captain Martone like scored and then
Yeah,
spanked like a
he did a
Czechia
gesture or
guy.
something.
No, he like tapped him on the butt, like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
good job, buddy." After like, and it's just like, dude, like,
Did
and
he
that's
do that?
yes,
Wow.
yes. That's the other thing though. Like,
I
they're
wasn't paying
immature. They're
attention.
teenagers. It happens every year. Some teams, usually Canada, does something
Yeah,
like
no, it honestly is. No, I don't like
because they're
the
cocky, but
I definitely don't like the attitude when it comes out. I don't know. It's just also I find it weird because the cockiness, because I don't think there's some correlation between how you play in the World Juniors and how it plays out in the NHL. I
Maybe.
think
I mean,
but I don't think so. I think for the most part, even the big names, y- I
it
don't know if they're gonna do well in the
it
NHL.
can
You know,
it can like if you're
I
just
know Porter
this
Martone is gonna do well, maybe Hage as well, and Tidge Ginla and stuff. But
Zane
like
Parekh has been standing out
Zane
also, but
Parekh,
he's
but
already
like all
drafted.
the others, it's just like I mean, I hope they make it to the NHL, but even if they do, they're not gonna be as good as they are as when they're playing
Yeah.
teenagers.
I
So
think it could really help your draft stock, like if you absolutely dominate. Um, but also if you're, I think it could go the other way too. If you're like pretty much unnoticeable in a game of a bunch of U20-year-olds, like that's not a good sign for your draft. So
yeah, I forget. There's a couple names that are now in the NHL where or like where I heard in the World Juniors, they're just like not in the NHL anymore. You know,
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
it's
so
natural.
I don't know the cockiness. Like you, I don't know. I'm always like I'm a humble person, so I always like it when I see humble hockey players. And I know how like people kind of rag on the idea. Oh, NHL players can't really have a personality.
Mm,
Even Zane Parekh said something along the lines of like saying things to the media because he's not in the NHL space
hmm
yet. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit tough. You have to. Spanking someone's bottom is not really that
yeah,
cool anyway. So it's
it's
just
just
like, why bother
it's just
doing
an
that?
immature like,
Yeah,
oh, we're cool, we're tough, you know.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm
So
sure the U.S. the not to like it's not just Canada. The U.S. and Sweden in the last couple years have like gone at it, and the U.S. have been acting like total like spoiled little brats, like
yeah,
pumping up the Swedish crowd after they're like blow them out. So like it goes both ways. I totally get it. I think on both sides it's like annoying, but it's also kind of the beauty of like you have all these guys just like they're super passionate, they're super like confident in themselves. They have that youthful like
yeah,
energy.
yeah. It's
So
true.
I could see it going both ways. You don't want them to lose that passion. Just maybe channel it in a
They are
different
just
way.
young. They are just really
Yeah.
young.
Speaking of humble people, you got your boy Suzuki back there. Uh,
The humblest of humble.
the
The guy.
Olympic rosters
Yeah, that's why he's up there.
have been released, and some snubs, some guys we talked about all year long that did end up making it. Why don't we talk about the Canadian roster first, since that was released first, and then we can go into the U.S.
Yeah, well, as I predicted, Nick Suzuki made the cut, and I couldn't be more happy because I think the last time Canadians players made it was Price and Subi. But we
Weber, right?
Weber, I didn't when he wasn't on the team in 2014 in
What, 18?
Sochi.
2018?
What was did that even happen? I
I
don't even
thought so.
remember.
I don't know.
Yeah,
When was Vancouver? That was
I don't
before
know
that, right?
why, but I only remember the Sochi
Okay.
Olympics.
Yeah, no, that was like the
That was like the
yeah,
big one. Regardless, this is like our first like center to
yeah,
make the team.
yeah.
So that means a lot to him, and I think it's obviously a great fit. I mean, if you watched Montreal hockey, you know that Suzuki pretty much carried the squad even when we had nothing. And he has played pretty much. He has the second longest Ironman streak. So not only has he carried us, but he's durable and he plays a great 200-foot game. And anyone that denies that Suzuki shouldn't be on the team or says he shouldn't be on the team, like you just don't watch hockey. Honestly, like
Well, I don't
he's
think
that
he was
good.
one of the ones that was causing controversy, right? Like I think at
No,
this
but
point, maybe on the lead
but
up to it, there were people saying maybe he's not going to make it, but
mm,
I think now that he's on it, no one's like, "Wow, how is Suzuki on the team?"
yeah, I agree. But
When
I
you
did
look at
see
like
some
Drew
things.
Doughty and you're like, "What?
Okay, yeah, that
Why
is
is
the Drew Doughty.
over like Jacob Chikrin or like another or like Matt Schaefer even?"
I would definitely put Chikrin over. They're literally just putting Doughty just
Cuz he's Doughty.
because he's
Yeah.
Doughty. Like
Yeah.
he's not the old Doughty,
He is
but
and old. He's
but
older though.
it's literally just his name and
Yeah.
like oh just a send off for him. But like,
Yeah.
bro, leave some room. Like you're not like Crosby. Like he's a winner for sure. but his status of play is not like Crosby because
Mm.
like Crosby legitimately earned his spot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But that's the level of politics that goes into it, and we'll keep talking about that. What other players on Canada do you think like stood out to you
I
as
mean,
making it or not making it?
the team is just like so stacked. I
Yeah.
mean, it can't. I think they're gonna go all the way for gold just because it's just so well rounded. You got McCarr, McKinnon. Um, you got a shutdown line in like Sorelli, Hagel, um, and I don't know if this was sort of. I mean, the one person I would say that maybe be questioned is Bo Horvat, but I still think is a pretty solid pick.
Are you worried at all about Jordan Binnington as your starter?
Well, after last night against St. Louis, I don't think you guys should or we should worry because
Yeah.
he shut out the Habs pretty easily.
He also had success in the Four Nations. I'm just thinking like it's
I think around a good team, he's solid.
yeah.
I mean, his current squad kind of sucks, so I could see how your level of play is just much better with people,
Hmm.
or the proper players around you. I mean, look at what who's around him. Like, if you can't have like a decent game from there, like yeah, then you could consider him never being on the Four Nations or Olympic squad again.
Hmm.
But I think he has enough around him to work with. So, um, yeah, the goalie tandem is pretty good. I mean, what's the backup? It's like Thompson
Yeah, I think
or
Thompson's there.
Thompson and Kemper, Darcy Kemper.
Is that those are the three?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe it's Kemper and Tom Wilson. I mean, he adds that. Granted, he might still have. He from last night. He may have an injury
Yep. Tom Wilson. He
from that
fell a
game
little odd.
from the Islanders game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see, but I'm amazing addition in terms of the physicality to go up against the Kachucks
And Celebrini made the
and
team. That was a big one.
Celebrini. Yeah, I
And
mean,
no Bedard.
I was predicting that. I mean, Celebrini's just like
Bedard's been hurt also. And Celebrini's having a great year, but
he just moves a lot differently than Bedard, and I think he is capable of carrying his team in San Jose. Whereas I mean, Bedard's gonna make it eventually, but um, as of now, no, because he's been injury prone.
mhm.
So
No Evan Bouchard either.
yeah, but like
Good.
no one was thinking
No,
about it.
he
Yeah,
sucks. I would have been. It's like you look at him. It's like okay, he's good on the power play. He has a heavy shot called like the Boosh bomb. But like, dude, he sucks at defense. So I'm like,
yeah. I think
wouldn't want him.
he played himself out of the
Yeah,
position.
definitely. And the
Same
Oilers.
as Monty
Yeah,
played himself out of the team.
yeah.
Although he's back now, which is great to see him. But
What anyone else on other like nations teams on that are on the Habs?
oh yeah, we got Uri for
Nice.
Slovakia.
Yep.
We got Texier for France, and
Oh yeah, France.
and Cap for Finland. Kapanen,
Yes.
Oliver Kapanen.
Okay.
So our rookie has earned a spot on the Finland squad.
Nice. No Line on the Finland.
Yeah, because he's out till February.
Would he make it though?
If he played this year,
You
yeah.
think? Wow.
Yeah,
Feel like they could do without him.
they could, but like he would have made. Like
We'll
yeah.
see.
The Finland team looks pretty good too. Like
Yeah.
they got some solid
Yeah.
players. So watch out for Finland again in the Olympics. I'm excited to see Slavkovsky kind of like he's like the big name, like the only big name for his team. Except for like Chernak from Tampa
Mhm.
and a couple others. Tatar's coming back. I think he plays in another league right now, right?
Maybe.
So he's coming back for that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they compete with the big boys. So yeah, I'm excited for them, and obviously Suzuki because he's gonna slot in on the third or fourth line. Not sure,
Right.
but we'll see.
Well, thinking about the U.S. roster and continuing on the Habs train, Cole Caulfield and Lane Hudson did not make it. I think
That's
Cole
kind of expected though.
Cole was more on the cusp than Hudson was. I don't think Hudson was
Yeah,
as
Hudson wasn't.
considered. Like
Yeah, Caulfield attended the camp,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But Hudson didn't. I mean, Hudson will get it in the future.
yeah.
I'm
You
not too
you would
worried.
you would think.
But like the guy is killing it. He's like the third most best defenseman in terms of points in the league. I mean, I'm not too worried about him. He'll make it someday.
Yeah. What about the Caulfield thing? Like I just think
Look,
for
if
Bill
Jason,
Guerin, it's listen. Bill Guerin is going for a specific type of hockey because that's the type of hockey that he plays and
I just
likes.
can't go crazy over the U.S. team. Like
Just
even in the
like you're
past,
leaving off guys that I think should absolutely be there. Like
it,
as a Ranger fan,
in
like yeah, Fox should be there. At least if he's an alternate. Like don't I'm not saying force his way in and make him play a type of style of game that's like not his style, but like when someone gets hurt, like if Quinn Hughes or or Werenski even like
yeah,
takes a dive or like falls or gets hurt or something, it's good to have like the other top best American puck moving quarterback defenseman that you
for
have.
sure.
And like the big thing is like, all right,
He attended camp
Fox is
though,
not
right?
yeah, Fox isn't as good of a skater and he's like not as physical, but like defensively he's still top 3. Offensively he's still top 3. Like it's just crazy to me that he's not there. And you take Seth Jones instead. I just don't
I actually
like
agree with you,
I
but I
like
did predict him not being on the roster for whatever reason.
like if there was another guy like Jake Sanderson or like Jacob Slavin, like if you had another big shutdown guy that was like clearly a top best shutdown defenseman, and you took him over Fox because you're like, hey, we already have these guys that are offense, these guys that are defense. I think that makes sense. But Seth
Hmm.
Jones to me just like
He's pretty
doesn't
mid
do that. Like
yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm not crazy about the U.S. roster. It felt
The
like
Jason
in the
Robertson too.
past.
You were talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, like if he doesn't make the squad, I could see how Caulfield easily doesn't make the squad. Like, come on, Jason Robertson is a big forward, puts up goals like crazy. Like, I don't understand how you don't have him on the squad. I was just gonna say though, like the past, like for example, the Sochi Olympics, it felt like both Canada and U.S. were just like you saw the players on each team, and you're like, damn, this team, like both teams are really, really
Yeah.
good. Like the U.S. had Kane and it's like at the time like Phil Kessel, right?
Yeah.
Just like you saw the squad, and you're like, damn, they're pretty. Like they
Yeah.
could compete with Canada.
Oshie.
And I just can't say the same for the U.S. team. Like, are you gonna go crazy over Jake Gensel on the first line? Like, not really.
Yeah, but like both the Kachucks, you have Eichel, Gensel as a complimentary player there.
I could say, yeah, Kachuk's and Eichel. I'm like, okay, very good. But everyone else around them,
Matthews.
not even Matt. Like, we know Matthews is like a loser. So like,
Jack Hughes.
again, I can't. I mean, Hughes. There's no denying Hughes is great, but like, again, Eichel and the Kachucks are the ones to build around, and I don't know if they did it. So, not because
Alright.
Caulfield's on the squad, but like, I would honestly like to see Jason Robertson there. Like that, like he's so good.
He's not small either, Robertson.
Yeah, he's big, and he's not a one trick pony.
Yeah, and he doesn't play small. It's an interesting choice. And it's gonna like if it doesn't go well, it's really gonna bite Bill Guerin in the ass. Like everyone is questioning that decision. And
Yeah.
they brought in JT Miller, who's not even playing right now, and Vincent
And
Trocheck.
like
Which,
they don't
like,
do it
for the
me.
Ranger side, okay.
Well, I mean, great.
Trocheck
like-
is for that purpose, for that Olympic purpose. He is a total role player. Like he will be your penalty killer. He'll play as many minutes as you want him to. He can slot up, and he's a center, so he could play on any line realistically and keep up, like skating wise and defensive wise. And he's good at faceoffs. So like if you're looking at just that, if you're like we don't just want to have a team full of goal scorers, we want guys who can like serve in all situations. Trocheck makes more sense to me. The JT Miller thing, I know he's my captain. I don't really get.
I saw something on Twitter. It's like I don't know if it's Bill Guerin being quoted, but it's like we want like it's not about the skill itself, but it's like the culture and and then there's a play of JT just
like
like giving up on a play,
like total
just
straight
like
leg, like looking. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's
And
just
it's the same with Matthews for that case, by the way. Just like, okay, you
yeah.
say that, but like Jason Robertson is like I
I
guess
know.
doesn't fit that, and
I
he's on a
know.
winning team too. Yeah, sorry,
No,
continue.
that's just like that's what I was going with too. It's like Miller can elevate a squad, but this year he's not been playing up to that standard. But I do think at least what it does is it removes like the potential issue that would be if he was left off and then he was pissed that
Right.
Sullivan didn't take
So
him and Drury didn't
he
take
does a
him.
tantrum.
Yeah.
Has a tantrum.
There's that. It's just like that's
That's
such a
true
bad
because
way.
Sullivan is literally
'Cause, like,
coaching his team.
Yeah, but I think like Sullivan and Drury tried to get Fox on the team and Garen was just like, no, which is fucking crazy.
Wow, wow.
It's crazy.
Actually, I do see Fox making the team over JT like easily.
Same.
Just like
Think about Fox is a top 5 defender every single year. Offense and defense. He's top 5.
yeah, I'm not sure what they're
For
doing.
like McCarr and Hughes are one. So like from every nation,
Are they
Fox
saying like Quinn is just like already takes up his
and
like
Werenski, I guess.
style of play?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it's like, dude, that guy deserves to be there. We'll see, because there's a lot of stuff happening. Like every day or two now, you're seeing like Bo Horvat got injured. I don't know what his status is. Tom Wilson fell weirdly on his leg. Seth Jones, who we're talking about, took a puck up high in the Winter Classic game and then left. And then maybe it was just precautionary. But there's guys, there's a month left of playing before going to the Olympics. So anything could happen and they could call up these guys. But it's weird. Like, it's so in the media now that
Yeah.
like you're hearing Bill Guerin or you're hearing stories of like Jason Robertson was like, what was the conversation like with the GM for the Olympics? And he just says there wasn't much of a conversation. It was just like didn't make the team. Okay.
Right.
So like, are
Right.
they jaded by that? Are they pissed off that like that's it? There's no explanation. You're just telling me I'm not on the team and I'm having a good year. It doesn't make any sense. Because like I know you'll still probably just go and serve and play for your country, but wouldn't you be like a little pissed? And
Right.
I mean
Yeah.
Fox too. It's like really, what now? Seth Jones got hurt, so I get called. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll do it, but it just
Yeah.
seems.
Jarvis said something similar about the Canadian
Yeah.
team. It was
But
just
Jarvis
like,
is hurt, isn't he?
yeah, he's hurt, but he would have made, or people say he would have made the squad, but I don't know.
He's having a great
He would
year,
be
but
the
I think
last
he like really
one.
is out for a while.
Maybe him over Horvat.
Yeah.
I
No Kreider.
mean, good. I mean,
Tage Thompson in. Made it.
see, yeah, and they picked him purely because he's just like a big
Big goal
body.
scorer.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know. The height stuff is really impactful because like,
Yeah.
now that I think about it, Hudson, it's gonna be really hard for him to make the roster even in the future because
Well, if they do
You're
it this way, yeah. But if they lose like horribly and it's clear that they don't have enough skill on the back end, they might next time around be like, all right, we're taking Hughes, Werenski, Fox, Hudson, and then Slave and Sanderson, and that's our squad. You know,
right. I don't know.
there's room for him.
I feel like literally Hudson is like Quinn Hughes in terms of play style, and he has to literally just like be better
Bulk
than
up.
Quinn Hughes.
He needs to bulk up too.
Bulk up and just be better than Quinn Hughes somehow.
Yeah, but Hughes is like
Just because of his height. Just
but
because of
he has
the
like
height
6 years
difference.
to develop into that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll see. And same
Yeah.
with Caulfield. Like, he's competing with like Tage Thompson, which like arguably they're both the same type of goal scorer. But Caulfield brings that energy, I think, and he's a solid passer too. Caulfield, like he could drive the play, but he's competing with height and height advantages. So it's gonna be tough for him to join the team. I mean, hopefully next time around he could somehow. If they lose,
Yeah.
I think if they lose, then they'll revamp the whole thing.
Yeah, I
So-
would think they don't especially if they like have they shouldn't have scoring trouble.
Especially if
It
they
should
don't
still be
medal.
fun, but yeah.
like they don't get bronze
yeah.
at all.
Well, that's when they would
yeah.
let's think who else is on team. So like obviously I think you would have if we had a Russian team, I would think
Oh,
Demidov would be there.
that would be such a
I would
sick
think
team.
Panarin, unless
Ovi
for
would
some
come out of
reason.
retirement.
he's not retired.
No, but like 4 years from
Oh,
now,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
But so then you'd have like from the Rangers, you'd have Panarin, Shesterkin, and Gavrikov. Like those guys would be on that team for sure, which is good that they're getting
Demi
a
and
rest.
Jarkovsky.
You think Sharkovsky would?
You know, I'm only saying that because I think he's gonna join the squad and be really
Okay.
good. Yeah,
But
we're winning Rookie of the Year 3 years in a row.
oh yeah,
This year,
who's this
at
year?
Demi,
No way.
and then
No
Zarkovsky.
way.
Yeah, okay. For that to be the case, Demi does have to score over 70 points
Yeah.
to have a chance.
Who else is in the running?
Seneke and Schaefer.
I think Schaefer might.
Well, Demi's
have
number
it.
1 right now.
I know, but he's a defenseman.
He
and he's
needs to.
Schaefer's a defenseman, and he's more
Okay,
valuable
but like
to his team than
if
Davidoff.
Schaefer were to be like, he doesn't get as much as Hudson as last year, which is 66 points. He gets like 50.
I think
And
he
Demi
gets it.
puts up 75.
Oh well, yeah, no, all right. In that case,
Yeah.
you're right, but I don't think
So
Demi's
that margin is
Is Demi
enough.
putting 75 up?
He's on pace for 70.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
more than Lafreniere's ever gotten.
I mean, yeah.
Uh,
I mean, this guy is good, man. I mean, like, there's a reason why I mean, we all were so excited when he got drafted.
Mhm.
So, and you saw the media, people literally followed him
Yeah.
at the
that
airport when
was
he
crazy.
landed,
That
which
was
is like a
crazy.
bit too much. I wouldn't do that.
No,
Like,
I
but
mean,
anyway, it was yeah. That Russian team would be so great to see. I mean, to be honest though, like this may sound controversial, but they should be there.
they should.
Yeah, they should be there. Like
It's
the
just
players
like,
have nothing to do
yeah, I know,
with
but
the whole situation there.
it's more of a like you're punishing the country because of what's
yeah,
going
because
on,
yeah,
which is
which I get.
Um,
Also, they have cheated in the past though. Let's be
yeah,
The
I
Russians
know,
have
they
cheated.
always-
Like
yeah,
they always
even
cheat.
in the they got kicked out of the World Junior too.
That's
They,
why
like-
I said like, yo, when Ovi got injured last year, and he went on a heater even after he got injured, I'm like, yo, you should check this.
he's
guy.
getting juiced up.
Yeah, he should check this guy.
I think the only other person the Rangers have that made a team is Zibanejad for Team Sweden. He was one of the first
that's
to
a
be
given.
announced, and he had a great game in the Winter Classic. I don't know if you watched it all.
No,
I think getting into those
those games.
the games for the last week or two, Rangers went, I think 2-2-1 over the stretch of 5. The day before,
It's not
or the
bad.
day after, it's not bad, but it's like it's consistently mid, like
right.
mid, like
you
average.
gotta have some weeks above the 50.
Yeah, and especially when you have you started this season so poorly. I'm pretty much resolved to like, okay, I think the Rangers are not making the playoffs, and it's just going to
Tank
be a matter
for
of
McKenna.
But is McKenna even going to help? Like
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
know.
You need to inject some youth into this old.
No, but I
squad
like.
of
I
yours.
feel like he needs like another center or like a right winger.
No. You should tank for McKenna.
I don't know. It's getting bad. The Rangers are second to last in the Eastern Conference, but they also have the worst points percentage. So they're down there. And even with the way that like they're, winning a couple, losing a couple, they're still at the bottom. They're not really making up much ground because they have more games played than everyone else. It's tough. So the games that happened this week, they kicked the wheels off of the Capitals on like the Tuesday before Christmas, 7-3. They had like a 3 or 4 goal third period. It just seems it was a little strange. Like I haven't really seen that this year, and the Capitals are decent. I think pretty high up in the Metro division. So that was nice before Christmas to kind of go in, and then
Yeah.
the game after Christmas against the Islanders, they just like got shut out at home.
Yeah, that's
against like the Dave Riddick was the goalie. So it's just like, all right, there's a 2-0 loss.
Sometimes the third
It's
string
obvious.
just like has all of a sudden just
No,
like a really
well, this year
sick
the
game.
a big talking point this year for the Rangers is they have been shut out in 20% of their games. It's
Dude,
horrible.
and I was complaining
How
about
bad
the
is that?
shutout yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we can't score.
No,
But
no.
20%.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they've played. We're halfway through the season, right? Like I think
Yeah, we're halfway.
41 to 43 games have been played by most teams, and yeah, that means like what 8 or 9 of their games they've been shut out.
Dude.
It's not good, and I think all or most are. I mean, definitely most, but potentially all have been at home. So,
So,
it's
how
not
are you gonna
good.
fix the scoring issue,
Yeah,
man? Like,
I mean, you need to make a trade, and that's the big thing that I'll talk about after I'll get through these last couple games. Like from there, I think we played Nashville and lost 2-1. We played Carolina where we were up and then
2
let
to
up.
1
I
regulation.
think so, yeah. And
Mm.
then no, that might have been overtime. And then it doesn't really matter because it's just like it's this consistent like you
Nashville.
can't score and blah blah
Mhm.
blah. So then lost to the Hurricanes in overtime. You were winning that game. They came back, forced overtime, lost in overtime, and then lost to the Capitals by like 3. So you played them again, like in short succession after you kind of blew them out, and then they beat you by 3. And then the Winter Classic, you are going in.
Bounce good
Yeah, you're
bounce
going
back
in
for the new
5-0 outside. Rangers are undefeated outside
Right.
in their franchise history. Uh, they're wearing their whites. It was a big fanfare, even though it was a little weird. Like Winter Classic used to be this.
Dude, it
You're
was weird.
emulating
I didn't
pond
like the
hockey.
show. Like
Yeah,
the show was weird. Like it was like they injected like the Miami
Miami Vice. Yeah,
style
it's just like that's not
vibe.
Winter Classic should be like, oh, it's like a pond hockey. It's snowing outside. It's cold.
Yeah.
Everyone's like bundled up. Instead, it's like, oh, okay, you're in Miami with a enclosed roof. It's 60
Yeah, they
degrees
opened
out.
it up
They
later,
open it up, but it's
but
just weird.
they had to have like 2 trucks just to help the ice
Yeah,
stay the
yeah,
same
yeah,
temp.
yeah.
It's just like, all right, we're just like wasting energy
And
here.
it seemed like I don't know if it was
Is this really expanding the sport?
right.
Like,
I don't know. But so as far as the game goes, Zibanejad had a 5-point night, had a hat trick, first time in Winter Classic
damn,
history,
he went
and
off. I
uh,
guess you're not
it
trading
seemed
him.
well we can't. It seems like Bobrovsky just like couldn't track the puck all night. Maybe it was because of the different. They were talking a lot on the
Different
broadcast about
lighting.
the lighting and like
Yeah.
the not having fans right up against the glass. It's harder to track the puck through the different colors and stuff. And Rangers having white jerseys might have something to do with that. Like potentially, there's I don't know. It's a totally different type of game, and
Yeah.
Bobrovsky was not ready for it. And we took it to them, I think, like 5-1 or something. So
Gotta
that was
love
good.
that.
But it's just I kind of and
Thank you for your
this is with
service.
Fox back now. He made it back for the Winter Classic after not getting elected to the Olympic team. JT Miller's still gone. We called up this guy Justin Dowling, who was on the Devils last year, has been in the AHL all year because Noah Lava got hurt.
I think I saw that. He got hit
By
hard
Tom Wilson, who
by
then
Tom. Yeah.
scored, and
Yeah.
now it's a whole thing. So it's still kind of all over the place. Perot has stayed up because we need him to. We need a top 6 guy. Miller's still out. Othman's down. We're kind of just like look like an AHL team in the bottom 6. Defense is still good. We're still competitive in games because the system is good, and you have guys that can take over games like Panarin, Zibanejad, and Shesterkin. But if those guys aren't going, you don't score. Basically, is how it goes. Or you score 1, and it's like Johnny Brodzinski from Taylor Radish.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
the big thing now to get to is like they are clearly in the market for a big swing player. Like if that's Jason Robertson, great, but I don't think that's happening this year. They're like you need to pry someone away from their team or like find someone who's unhappy that maybe isn't having the best year but has the potential for that.
Yeah.
Because like the free agent market, most of the top free agents that would be able to change the scope of your team are signed long term now. Because like that's just what has been going on this last year or two. So you can either try to pry someone away who has a couple years left on the contract. It's going to take a lot, like we saw in the Quinn Hughes situation, where they got 3 NHL ready
So
players and a
Brady,
prospect. I mean, if Brady, the only way that happens is if Brady, because they just signed him, I think, like a year or two ago. If
how long?
Brady
Like
just
long term?
says probably 5 or 6 years, if Brady says like I'm done, like we're not winning in Ottawa, I want to go somewhere
They are the
a little more
worst team in our
south.
division.
Like if that happens, great. Then and maybe that means we can get him in New York. And there was actually something I sent you earlier in the week, the Kachuk Brothers podcast. I don't listen frequently, but I saw something come up and they were just talking and glowing about how great it is playing at the Garden. And I was like, that I hope that
Yeah,
means
you
something.
haven't been in the
Yeah.
NHL if you
I hope
haven't
that
played at the
means
Garden.
Brady's coming to the Garden because that would change your team. But I don't the
So
thing,
Matthew,
the
no, because it's like
he's
he's
locked up there.
solidified and
So I mean,
yeah.
as far as guys that you could maybe take, Alex Tuck is one of them. He wants apparently 10 to 11 million, which I don't think you want to pay him. Yeah. I mean, if you can get
That's like
Tage Thompson
Panarin
away,
levels.
if you can get Tage Thompson away, then you try. But I think out of those two, Tuck is the one you're going to get from the Sabres, and maybe that's going to happen now since they have a new GM. I think their old GM, it was a little bit of the GM and
But they're on a
the
heater.
owner. That's true. They are killing it now.
Yeah.
And they might make the playoffs with this roster, so they probably don't want to sell.
Yeah, that's the thing. They want to probably add.
Yeah.
And
So,
now our division gets a little more harder because
well, yeah.
usually you think oh yeah,
Detroit
Buffalo's easily down there.
and Detroit.
And then Buffalo and Detroit are usually down there, but then all of a sudden this year it's just like everyone is neck and neck.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Toronto is like the second last in our division is
Yeah.
like really telling.
Yep.
By the
So-
way, just a quick side note.
Yeah, sure.
Pacific Division is definitely the worst division. Like the fact that Edmonton is top there
Yeah,
and they
after they are horrible.
and
Yeah.
they're mediocre at best. It goes to show how weak that division is. Like if they were in any other division, they wouldn't be in a wild card spot even.
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah, that's true. But so I don't know some other names that you might throw out there, but like those are just some, like the Robertson, Tuck. You can get Thompson, but I think those teams are like kind of win now, and you might be able to pull them away in the offseason. But as far as a mid-season trade, it's kind of slim pickings.
Yeah.
And then as far as
really
who are you
is.
going to get rid of? Because like people know how trades work, but they're often like, oh, we need to get this guy. And it's like, you know what that's going to take to get him? Like to trade Jason Robertson away, they're going to need to get
Yeah.
Panarin. They're going to
Ye-
need to get a defensive prospect or a defensive player, I mean, and then probably your first round pick.
You're giving
So,
up away a lot.
like,
Yeah.
it's just how long do you want to push back
And
the
to be honest,
retool?
like the Rangers don't really have a lot of assets in the back end there.
They have a first round pick or two. They have a good defensive system where you feel like you could probably move Carson Soucy because there's a lot going on with the
But who
defense.
would want Susie?
He's been playing well this year. He's top 4. He's like a serviceable, heavy, good defensive guy in a middle kind of pairing.
But
for
that's
a
like for
defense.
us, like trading away Carrier. Like no one want like Carrier is solid in that end, but like,
But
who
you
would
think?
really want Carrier?
I mean, if you need a left-handed, I think he's left-handed. If you need a defenseman, and you need like I remember there were times in the
Would does Dallas need a defenseman?
probably not. But I remember times in like the Rangers runs where we'd be like, dang, we really could just use a NHL caliber defenseman because we have all these young guys and like they're just not ready yet. And then
Yeah.
you bring in someone like Eric Gustafson and he would like fit in really well, and you're just like, that's perfect. Like that's your floor. Just even if you plug him in at the sixth spot, like he's just like you can probably rely on him in a lot of in certain situations at least. So there's him. Panarin has been in the trade talks for a while. Like they don't think they want to give him the same amount of money. So it's like if that's the case and he's not willing to bring it down, are you going to let him walk for nothing in the offseason?
Right.
Like that
Right.
is just a poor management of assets. So you're going to probably look to move him and he could get a big haul back. Like he is a game changer on a team. Like on our team where we have no offense, he is our whole offense for the most part. On a team that has other offensive and heavier
I just
playing
hope the Habs
guys,
don't go for him.
I don't know what we would take from you. Like what?
We have a lot of prospects, and I mean,
Why wouldn't you want him though?
he's older.
Like 30.
I mean, he would
early 30s.
work great with Demi, but like,
Dude,
I
he's
don't know.
nasty.
I don't
He's
know.
nasty.
He would want a longer term contract, right?
Maybe. You wouldn't do 5 years, 10 million?
I don't know.
Dude,
That
I
would
think
ruin
you're-
the Crosby dream.
well, true, but I think you're undervaluing his, like, I think he's been the Rangers offense for however long he's been here. He's been our best free agent signing ever
I
in
guess
franchise
so.
history. I think he would get a lot.
It'd just be interesting because, like, Gorton's on their squad
Yeah.
now, and like
potential.
maybe they make a push for him. I don't know
Good.
because like they have maybe a connection with his agent.
Yeah.
Um,
The
I
other
don't know.
guys that I've seen come up, people are pretty ready to move on from Schneider, it seems like. I don't know if Drury really wants to, but like I said, if we're moving around defensive people and it seems like our defensive system is working with
If you don't see a trade, by the way, do you think you're gonna tank? Like, you don't see a trade between now and the deadline, like a big trade. What do you think is the
I
attitude of
could
the team?
well, I just think they're gonna stay in that mediocre spot in the division and the conference where they're like, they'll win a
So
game or
they'll
two,
get like
and
the
then they'll be like the last wild card spot or right below, and then they'll lose a game or two, and then they'll be like bottom of the division. And you're just like, all right, so you're just gonna go like this until the end, and then if trade deadline comes and they're clearly out of a playoff spot, like they're probably gonna trade some guys. They're probably gonna trade Lafreniere and Schneider. Lafreniere's been like just bad. He had a 3-assist night in the Winter Classic, but it's just like random games will have guys going, and then random games will have
he'll
guys
just
not
be
going.
yeah.
And then you're probably getting rid of Othman, Schneider, Lafreniere. Panarin is gonna walk, so you'll probably trade him. And then a guy who has, you don't want to because he's center, but a guy who would probably give you back something for a playoff team that needs a third line center is Vincent Trocheck. And like because think about the other centers you have.
Trading Trocheck now.
Yeah, no. Well,
damn.
I think it's very possible. He's movable. Teams will want him. They'll see him in the Olympics
for
now,
sure.
and teams will want
For
him.
sure.
You have your top line center in JT Miller. You have a guy you can't move in Zibanejad. Those could be your top two centers. You have a guy who's now hurt, Noah Laba, young center that you're hoping can continue to be that third line center for you. So it seems like, would the Rangers love to have him if they made a run? Yeah, but if they're not making a run, why keep him? And could be a casualty.
Yeah.
I hate that because I love him as a player, and he's buddies with JT Miller. So you'd think that they'd want to keep that together, but it's just I see those players as key. Like they're not getting rid of Fox, Shesterkin, Miller. They just signed as a captain. I know they like to trade their captains away, but and then Zibanejad you can't get rid of unless he says I'll move. So
Yeah.
that just seems like what's going to happen. It sucks. And they might, they can move anyone, to be honest. Like, if they're trying to make a big swing and it seems like Dolan and Drury are looking for that, like, possible.
They need to take the break, the Olympic break, and then take
Hey.
that to just, unwind. Because, like, it'll do some good, and just go on a heater,
Yeah, they need like a
like
10-game
like
heater.
Buffalo.
They need to do like a 9 or 10-game heater
Yeah.
to make me believe
Yeah.
again. I don't think they're capable
That's
of it.
the only hope if
Yeah.
you want to make the playoffs.
Yeah, pretty much.
But for Habs, we went pretty well this past 2 weeks, 3-1-1,
Mhm.
and just before Christmas, we had a great gift, which was beating the Bruins at the Garden.
There you go. At TD
No,
Garden.
at TD Garden. And I think that was the first time since like 2018, 2019, something along some stat
Really?
along those lines. Same with actually Carolina. We didn't beat them at their place since like 2016, which is insane. And fun fact, Phil Deneau was also on that team.
Oh.
So, coincidence? Anyway, 6-2 against Boston just went absolutely crazy. Sammy Blais opened up the scoring, and then the Bruins scored twice. Sammy Blais has been money, and
That's
he's scoring key
horrible,
goals
dude.
for us, which is
He is
exactly
so bad.
what he needs to do.
He was so
Dude,
bad.
he's
He
already
had, like-
better than Veleno, though.
He had like 40 games and 1 goal or like 2 assists.
We don't need him to do that. He's literally better than Veleno,
That's
Joe Veleno.
crazy. Sammy Blais was the worst thing on the Rangers.
So a couple key goals here is
Stanley
Demidov.
Cup winner though.
Stanley Cup winner, yeah.
Sammy Blais.
With the Blues.
Yeah.
With the Blues. So yeah, Demidov gets a nice breakaway goal. Slav, he's been so good for us. He's been on a heater, and I think the start of the heater was at this Bruins game. We just scores a nice one-timer. That'll come back in the future. So right before Christmas, solid win, 6-2, and then after the road trip continues, sort of in the Florida region, we got Tampa up first. This one is always I always think in my head it's a toss-up because I want them to be competitive against Tampa, but we always lose to them, really. And ever since like the Stanley Cup Finals, we've been like kind of snake bitten by them. I don't know why. Because maybe because they're intimidated or Kucherov is just always annoying. I
Mm.
think out of any player in the league, I think Kucherov is the worst for us, and the worst in general, just because I don't know. He said something about the fans in the Stanley Cup Finals or something. Like he made a comment about like Habs fans, whatever. Um,
He's just triggering.
yeah, it's just triggering. Anyway, so we're down, like 3-1, and we make a comeback just like in the last minute, last seconds actually. Uh, Slav just does a one-timer pass. Phil Deneau wins the face-off. Hudson tries to shoot it, and then it goes back to Demi. Demi just sauces it over Slav and scores with 3 seconds left. Pass to Johansson. Just amazing. Just we needed that uh just confidence that we could come back. And also just getting an extra point against Tampa is pretty good. So that's what happened. We lost in the shootout, which was shootouts, that's how they go. For us, it's like we lose most of them. I think we only won
Mm.
one this year. Um, but they really need to work on the shootout just because like it seems like the OT win craze has kind of died off.
Yeah.
Like we had an early start to just winning in OT games, like in the first 10 games, but now teams are kind of pushing us to do the shootout because they know they could beat us there. So they got to work on the shootout. And then with the Florida game, 2 days later, it was just pretty much a 0-0 game for the most part. I forget who started. It was not Fowler. I believe Fowler started for the Tampa one, and oh yeah, Monty.
Mm. He's
He's
back.
back in action, playing against first game back against his former squad that waived him. So he did really well. He shut the door. Great bounce back game to instill confidence in him. So it was 0-0 for the most part. And then third period comes, Florida scores, Brad Marchand, and then just a random goal, Sam Reinhart. And
Marchand.
the commentator says, Sam Reinhart for the insurance goal. But wait, wait. We got Cole Caulfield coming the other end pretty quickly after the Sam Reinhart goal, and just like dangles in, makes a move, snipes it on Tarasov, to make it 2-1 with 5 minutes to go. And then uh last minute or two, Tarasov kind of screws up behind the net. At least to Caulfield picking it up and then passing to Demi. But and then Tarasov comes back into the net, of course, but like, it's a bit
Yeah.
scrambly.
Yeah.
Demidov passes it to Suze and he scores to tie it in the dying second. So there you go. Another comeback sort of to push it to
Yeah.
OT. And then within OT, you get Brad Marchand doing a stupid penalty that we obviously know now that leads to no consequences. It's an elbow. Okay. It's an elbow to Matheson,
Yeah.
who's kind of in the corner digging and trying to fight for the puck. And Matheson is a little down, but like you tend to lean down when you're digging
Mhm.
in the corners like that. But like Marchand just like comes in, just straight shot, elbows him right hook to the head. Obviously looks stunned. He leaves the game. There's a penalty on the call, but like there's no consequences in terms of hearing or fine. Like we know this guy's a repeat offender who has been suspended, has been fined plenty of times in the past.
Mhm.
What's the department doing? The player
You know
safety
what?
department, like,
Let's hear
and
it.
well,
Tinfoil hat.
the tin putting the tinfoil hat on. Well, the next game for them was the Winter Classic,
And
so
he was like doing media day with the NHL and taking
there was
pictures and
no chance that we couldn't have Brad
yeah.
Marchand be a part of that. So there you go. I mean, luckily we made them pay. We get Hudson, excuse me, up top on the power play. Hudson to down low, Suzuki just right there for his second game for the OT winner, getting the call up later that night. You made Team Canada, probably. So nice to win against Florida. I think we have Florida answered because we've been like, I don't know, 5-0 for the past year or two with
Mm.
them. So
Just
hopefully
got to meet him in the
we,
cup final.
we got to meet them. Got to meet them sometime in the playoffs. Hopefully. So next game, Carolina, another type of game where we were up initially and then they score 4 unanswered goals. So Carolina's up 4-2. And then we score 5 unanswered
Oh
goals.
my gosh.
So we put up a touchdown, kind of nuts. And as I said to you earlier, Sammy Blay led the comeback when we were down 4-2. He makes it 4-3.
It's crazy.
And then from there, we're just rolling. Texier to Caulfield 4-4. And just I don't know who, I think Slav scored another and Anderson scored as well. And then somehow he gets injured. One thing we've been managing well is like, despite injuries, we have decent players to slot in,
Mm.
including players like Beck and like obviously Texier and Valeno to replace injured players like Line and such, Docket too. But now with Evans and potentially Anderson out, and including Matheson, because Matheson was actually out for this Carolina game because of that hit for Marshawn. We just got some solid players. We're giving some time to young players to take some ice time, which is good, while not sacrificing too much of the game. I think we're still winning despite these injuries.
Mhm.
Um, so nice solid win, 7-5. Dobish was in, kind of led in a couple weak ones. And thank God the team was there to, you know, kind of back him up there.
Yeah.
Um, Another game. Have we had 5 this week? I don't know if I'm missing one. I got
I think
Bruins.
you had your last one at
We got 4.
Blues. The
Yeah, the last one
Blues,
was Blues. I
which
mean,
that's why it's
which is
forgettable.
last night. It's just so forgettable. Fowler started. I mean, there was this like kind of meme where I saw on the Reddit page where it's like Price telling Fowler like, "Oh, is this your first time being being shut out, basically not putting up goals,"
Yeah.
and it was 2-0, so it
First
wasn't
time
that big of
playing
a
well, but still getting shut out, and
yeah,
yeah, like you
exactly.
couldn't do anything. Yeah,
Couldn't do anything. Binnington, I guess, is in
he's in
Stanley
Olympic
Cup
form.
form. He's in Olympic
Oh,
form,
I hope not.
and we had like maybe 1 or 2 chances. There was that one breakaway, and then a 5-on-3 power play where I thought I knew seeing that 5-on-3 power play, it's like, okay, we gotta score or we're being shut out. It was exactly that. We didn't score on that. Biddington shut us down.
I hate that feeling when you're just
Yeah,
like, oh my god, and then they're like looking for the perfect thing, and you're just like,
yeah,
no, just
yeah.
get it on
And it's
net,
like
get it through traffic.
that this
Yeah,
is the moment
yeah,
where if they
momentum.
don't score, like we're done.
Yeah,
Like yeah,
yeah.
like we're
It's
losing
been a lot.
this.
There's been 8 or 9 games of that this year for the
So
Rangers.
so I mean, I get it was an afternoon game, and they've been traveling a lot. So this is like that was like their 7th or 6th traveled game, and our last one is today against Dallas, which is at 2 o'clock Eastern time. So this is the end of the road trip. I mean, I was hoping for a win yesterday against St. Louis because they're St. Louis,
Yeah,
and now you're facing up against Dallas. Um,
but they
so
might play up to their opponent. You never know. They know Dallas is a big.
I
It's a
wonder
long
who's gonna
trip,
start.
but
Not sure if Monty or
mm.
Dovish is gonna start.
So
Definitely
you're
not Fowler.
rotating 3.
Yeah, we are rotating 3, which has been a challenge.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't know how long they could keep this up.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that game was very forgettable. But 3-1-1 for basically the Christmas New Year's stretch. Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, we're second or third in our division. Um,
I think there's
keeping
no
up.
doubt in my mind you'll make the playoffs right now.
The one thing we can't afford is just like going on a losing streak. So I'm always weary of that because it could always happen. Just like a stretch of 10 games where we lose 6, you know,
Yeah, but it
like
seems like every week we come on here and say, okay, Habs won more than they lost.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they're in a good. Marty's got
And
them cooking.
I just think our division is tough. Like, I'm not trying to say it's like all unfair, but like our division
No, it's
is
hard.
genuinely
Yeah.
tough. You got Florida,
Tampa,
Tampa,
Detroit.
Detroit,
The Sabres are good.
Toronto,
Toronto and
Boston.
Toronto and Ottawa and
Like
Boston are
the fact
around.
that
Yeah.
Boston, Toronto, and Ottawa at the bottom is insane.
Yeah.
Like they're good teams. Ottawa, even who's at the bottom,
Yeah.
is a good team. So
Look,
Buffalo is no longer that given. Like, oh yeah, they're just gonna suck. Like they're good.
yeah,
They're good.
Buffalo's sniffing around the last wild card spot. Boston, Florida, Ottawa, and Toronto are all within a point of each other,
Yeah.
and they're all 4 points back from you, basically.
In Detroit, I mean, it's a small margin for the top, so
Yeah.
that's good at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, division wins like that Florida and Boston game are so essential. And even just getting a point out of Tampa
Mhm.
is just amazing because like you need those, and as I thanked you earlier to for the Winter Classic, beating Florida in
Yeah.
regulation is good.
I know.
Good for us.
I keep looking at the score, like who's playing who, and I'm always like, wow, okay, it'd be great if this team lost, this team lost, this team lost, this team lost, and then it just like never happens. You're just
Yeah.
like, well, okay, now they have even more ground over the
It's
Rangers.
just funny because like we showed up for Boston, Carolina, Tampa, Florida, all the way through, and then they lay the biggest egg against St. Louis.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you
gonna
get
happen. Though.
nothing
Yeah,
working.
it's gonna
the
happen though.
passes,
Like there
it's
could
a
be
trap game.
they could be tired. It's a trap game. They could be like resting up for the game against Dallas. Like,
yeah, that could be too.
realistically, it's nice that the Blues are not in your division or conference though, so you're not really jostling with them for any placement. It's just like points on the board.
Yeah.
But it happens. It's bound to happen.
It happens. We'll see who starts today, but hopefully they could at least get a goal. Cause
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I mean, I it's so crazy because I think I'm taking for granted the fact that we're scoring so much. Like we have 4 players, like or 2 players with over 35 points. 3 players. We have one of the most goals for in the East.
Mhm.
Well, I'm taking it for granted because like that was never the case
Yeah.
10 years ago when Pricey and the old squad was here. We just win because of Price, and we win like 2-1,
Yeah.
3-1 games.
Enjoy
like
it. It's a fun way to watch hockey because that's
It
not
is.
how it's been going for
it is like
me.
even if we lose, we still score 3 goals. Like that was never the case like before the squad.
You gotta
know?
just capture the magic. Like
Yeah.
get those comebacks going and feel like you
Maintain
can never
leads.
lose. Yeah.
Get the goalie save percentage up because
Figure out the goalies.
because it's still one of the worst in the league.
Yeah.
It's once we solve the goalie situation and some D problems, I think we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Honestly.
That's you could address that in the trade deadline.
Yeah, I'm still a proponent for some kind of trade, and
Yeah.
somewhere in the back end, someone in the back end is gonna be traded. I don't know if it's Struble or someone else, like a defensive prospect, but we need to bolster it up. And maybe I sound spoiled because we have Dobson, but again, like we have very skilled people on the back end. We just need a shutdown guy.
Yeah.
To just help us clear the net. Just be that defensive
Carson
defenseman.
Soucy.
I don't know if it's gonna be Carson Soucy, but
Carson Soucy.
I'm waiting for Goulet to come back, and I'm waiting for maybe one trade. I wouldn't even be surprised we don't do any trades, because we have Doc coming back, Goulet, as I mentioned, Line A coming back in February.
It's gonna be an interesting.
So-
Your team's gonna look a lot different in a month.
Yeah, the thing is,
You have
like,
3 other guys
it's
back.
what's so weird
New
is
Hook's
like
out for the year though, right?
almost. He might come back for April, but
That'd
like
be crazy
his-
too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So you're
Like
adding
the
guys.
people that slotted up, like they're fitting well. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna suck for them to be like, oh, crap, I basically have to leave.
Yeah.
Or like be
Get
sad
traded or something.
or
Yeah.
get traded or waived. I because Texier, he's playing on the first line, which is
That's crazy.
crazy. And he's
Texier?
yeah,
And he got waived
he got waived
by the Blues.
by the Blues. Yeah.
Dang.
And he's solid. Of course, I mean, the one person I wouldn't mind going is Valeno, but at the very least, he gets face-off wins.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like Evans and Anderson, Doc, Newhook, Line, that's like 5 players on the forwards lines that will eventually come back up.
Hmm.
Hopefully in time for playoffs, and it's gonna look a lot different than it is now.
Yeah.
So
Dang.
we'll see a trade if maybe they'll push for a
Yeah.
trade, maybe not. We'll
I'm
see.
looking for a trade in the next month for sure.
Yeah.
Before the Olympics, I think.
Before?
You have a month.
I feel like trades will happen after.
Maybe, but then it's like, you don't have a lot of time between the end of
Yeah,
Olympics and trade deadline. So that's
that's
why I'm
true.
thinking, like, if you're gonna do it, and you know what you have, which I think the Rangers know, you better do it now
Right. Right.
for us at least. All right, that's our show. Nothing else.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's pretty
great.
much
Thank you
it.
so much for watching. We'll be back next week, and please like, subscribe, and share.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.